Hey guys, Keo Lancer here. Welcome back to my channel, Keo Lancer Gaming. And today we are going to be diving into Monster Hunter Rise, the demo, and we're going to be breaking this down into segments. So let's get into the video. Now, when it comes down to the Monster Hunter Rise demo, you will only have 30 shots at playing 30 missions on the demo, which you don't really get a large selection, but that's okay. And I believe the online is disabled after the trial period to the game, so feel free to try to have as much fun as you can with this demo with your friends. Now, when it comes down to the load time isn't too bad for this, which, you know, I'm not making too many complaints. And when it comes down to the opening structure of the game, it is 60 frames, looks pretty good. The textures, I guess, a little bland, I guess. The first thing that we're going to be doing on this interface, we're going to want to play the basic training quest. Now, as you can see, you have a various list of different weapons: the big sword, the katana, sword and shield. You also have the twin blades. You also have the hammer. You also have the hunting horn, and one of my other favorite weapons, which will be the lance. And then you have the gun lance, you have the bow, and you have heavy bow gun, light bow gun. You have the glaive, the charge blade, and the switch axe, as you can see on the list, guys. And these are more so repetitive weapons that we've seen throughout the franchise. And the armor looks pretty good too. The armor looks really good in my opinion. So we're gonna depart on this quest, and we're gonna get it in, guys. Yeah, I really like this Japanese low screen right here. Got all the Japanese water painted drawings and stuff. I find it really fascinating. Okay, so the quest begins. You know, this guy is pretty much gonna be talking to us during the whole duration of this this demo play. The frame rate seems like it dips to me. Like it goes, it's like 30 frames to 25 frames. It's terrible when it comes down to that right there. But as you know, the Nintendo Switch is not a full powered console. As we already know, guys, this game is going to look like beautiful on the PC when it comes down to graphics and frame rate, most likely. But hey, it is what it is. This looks like a last gen game, as my brother DX Strike says. But this game looks like you can have some fun with it. It looks like you have some fun. Of course, is walking you through the supply crate, which I already know all this, guys. It's typical Monster Hunter, but with Japanese theme to it. I do believe Monster Hunter 4 for the DS was Japanese themed. So I'm assuming this got to be the same island, same universe, I'm guessing. Okay. For those who haven't played Monster Hunter, it has the map system, and it's walking us through this map system for this particular game. And I have to say, it's pretty straightforward to the point when it comes down to the map. Now, when you make it to the next part, they're going to be showing us how to use the bug wires. Now, the bug wires is totally different from the bug hook shot on Monster Hunter World, guys. They're totally different items when it comes down to usage. Like, you get to use the wire bug, the wire dash, the silk blind, the waterfall, the wire fall. There's so many different skills that you can use with the wire bug, and also you have a duration of time like tokens when it comes down to using the wire bug, guys. Now the system, jumping on the system, it kind of almost like shook me up a little bit, because I'm like, oh wow, I'm playing on the Nintendo Switch, and you know, the Nintendo Switch controller feels a little different in my hand compared to playing on the PlayStation controller, guys, which I'll do a comparisons later on in the video. Okay, so got like a little Japanese thing going on and showing you how to use the wire bug, and that's what we're going to be doing in these parts right here, how to use the wire bug, excuse me, when it comes down to me trying to understand the controls. There you go, guys. Nice little glide information. And like I said before, guys, learning a new technique when it comes down to, I guess, Monster Hunter is like, it's not hard, but it feels kind of strange on the hands a little bit. But you'll get used to it. As you can see, we got new buddies out here for us, you know, to help us on trailing on our journey here, guys. We can mount the wolf guys. I that wolf looks really cool. He got some nice little ninja attire on him and everything. So I'm very, very excited to partake in riding on this bad boy right here. Okay, so this thing lets you know how to ride the wolf, guys. A nice little tutorial right here for you guys to take a look at. I always wanted to have control over my animal, compared to on Monster Hunter World. It just takes you straight to the direction that you need to go. But this bad boy allows you to have full control and combat on your buddy, as well, as you can see within the controls right here. So I think that's really cool. I think that's a nice addition to it. Also, you still can eat and drink on your pet as well, so that's good. All right, so we're gonna jump on this thing with the A button, and we're gonna go to the direction that it pointed out to us, guys. All right, now they're gonna walk us through the yellow spirit bird. It's like a pollen technique, like a pollen buff when it comes down to your luck, guys. And I believe on Monster Hunter World we had some type of structures like that as well, when it comes down to being boosted up by some sort of seed, or some sort of like plant that boosts up our attack power, or some type of like smoke or whatnot that definitely helped us. So it's almost in the same sort, but taken on a different form by using bugs in order to give us a power boost, guys. So you can see almost like the similarities when it comes down to that right there, which I think that's brilliant when it comes down to this game. Now we're gonna jump into a little combat here. So the combat is pretty much the same thing as we would play in just Monster Hunter in general. For those who first played Monster Hunter World, I guess that would be a new thing for you. But for me, I've been playing Monster Hunter since Monster Hunter for PS2, Monster Hunter Freedom, Monster Hunter Freedom 2, and so forth and so on. I haven't really played the DS ones like that. I just couldn't get into playing it on a Nintendo product. But so far the combat feels pretty much the same. Nothing too crazy. Just when it comes down to the wire bug adds a whole totally different feature when it comes down to combat. But hey, let's get into the controls, guys. Now when it comes down to the controllers, like the huge difference with the PlayStation 4 controller and the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, the Nintendo Switch controller feels a lot more durable and heavy compared to the PS4 controller. The PS4 controller feels more like a flimsy toy, in my opinion. And to tell you the truth, that definitely works good for me with Monster Hunter, and the comfortability. And maybe I'm just used to playing on the Sony projects overall in general. YouTube coming from the the PS2 to the PSP, and actually playing Monster Hunter for the Nintendo Wii, Monster Hunter 3. It took me a while to get used to that controller, guys. Like, it was just really, really hard for me to get used to it, but I did after a while. So the same thing I have to do with that controller for the Wii. I have to do the same thing when it comes down to the Switch's Plus controller, guys. And it does feel comfortable, but it's just, I don't know, it's going to take a little bit for me to get used to. The sad thing when it comes down to this game is being released during, I guess, the little bit of the last time span of Nintendo Switch. I think it's almost about 4 years now. So we've been hearing rumors about the Nintendo Switch Pro. Hopefully that is true. Hopefully we will be getting an enhancement when it comes down to the Nintendo Switch Pro for Monster Hunter Rise. This was a game that Capcom promised Nintendo. Even though Nintendo should have did what Capcom asked them to do, build in a little bit more RAM when it comes down to the performance of the Nintendo Switch, so they could have had Monster Hunter World specifically an exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. But Nintendo was being stubborn and didn't do it, and that's how we got Monster Hunter World for the PS4 and for Xbox One. But anyway, guys, that's the end of my video. I'm going to be doing another video for Monster Hunter, so stay tuned for another one for Monster Hunter Rise. Peace.